Sideboard, SWBA, students will be able to graph linear equations in standard form. We learned some slope-intercept form. Now we're learning standard form. What the heck is standard form and how do we use it is our big question today, okay? No, not right now, okay? So, what we need to know for this, guys, first blank, or excuse me, before we get to our blank, we need to know, hey, standard form of line is ax plus by is equal to c. Notice the x and y are lowercase, the a, b, and c are all uppercase, okay? Now, what we have here is x and y are the coordinates, x and y we've been using. X and y are the same x and y we are used to, okay? A, B, and C are coefficients. They're coefficients being multiplied with the x and the y, or a number by itself. So those are normal numbers, okay? Two things we need to know. We need to know an x-intercept. An x-intercept. We learned about a y-intercept. Okay? These are the y-intercepts where it crosses the y-axis. So an x-intercept of a graph is the point where the graph crosses the x-axis, okay? Y-intercept is where it crosses the y-axis, so the x-axis will be the x-intercept, okay? So the second blank, a y-intercept of a graph, as we already know, is the point where the graph crosses the y-axis. We did that last class. That was our b we kept getting, okay? And it's not the same b here. Okay? I want to highlight that, right? Is it the same b here? No, okay? That b was lowercase, this b is uppercase. They are different. Okay, right, Kenny? Perfect. Okay. Continuing on. So, steps for graphing the equation in a standard form of equation, okay? This is a standard form of equation. If we look at this, 4x plus 2y is equal to 12. Well, if we look up here, Elliot, this 4 is our a, correct? Yeah, and the 2 is our capital B because it's with our y, and this c is our 12, okay? Is ax plus by is equal to c. Here's an actual equation we can put it to, okay? A is 4, b is 2, c is 12 in this case, okay? So, we have 3 steps to do, okay? We know we could solve for y, and then put it in slope-intercept form and graph from there. We just did that last class. Today we're going to learn a way where you don't have to solve it. You can leave it like this, okay? What you have to do is we have to find the x and y intercepts. You have to find the x and y intercepts. Now we said, hey, with the y-intercept, what was the x value always when it crossed the y-axis? 0. Whenever it crosses this axis, the x value had to be 0, okay? So, what do you think is going to be true if it crosses the x-axis? What's the y value going to be? 0, because it can't be 1 or 2 or 3 or 12. It can't be negative either. It's going to cross this x-axis. It's going to be an x-intercept. The y value has to be 0, okay? So if you're finding the x-intercept, y is 0. If you're finding the y-intercept, x is 0. So in order to find the x-intercept, we're going to take this equation. We're going to say, hey, we're going to take this equation, but we're going to make y 0. Because what does the y have to be if it's an x-intercept? It has to be 0. So we're going to make it 0. Chris, if you have your homework, I'll take it in the second tray, by the way. Okay? You were here when we did that, so. Okay? So then we would multiply, and we go through and find out what x is. So what's 2 times 0? 0. So we're left with 4x plus 0 equals 12. Well, it's really just 4x equals 12, right?
No. Can you go check?
Okay. Now how do we get x by itself? Divide by 4. And x is equal to 3. So what this means is this is a point 3 comma 0. Because y was 0, we plug that in, and we solve for x. So we found our x-intercept. I know we are going quickly. Thank you for buckling in. We found our x-intercept 3 comma 0 right here. Now we plot that. Then we go back and we find the y-intercept. If we find the y-intercept, we're going to take the same starting equation we had. And instead of plugging in 0 for x or for y, what are we going to plug 0 in for? X. Because if it's the y-intercept, x has to be 0. If it's crossing the y-axis, the x has to be 0. So we're going to make it 0 and find out what y is when that happens. What's 4 times 0? 0, so we don't have to write it. 2y is equal to 12. Divide by 2, and what's y equal to? 6. So our y-intercept is 0 comma 6. So again, that is our y-intercept that we did last class. So then we go up to y 0, comma 6. Stop talking. Stop talking. Stop talking. Thank you. So we have our y-intercept in blue. Chris, why are you not following along?
I need to find my notes.
Okay, find them. Okay, thank you. Okay, Kenny. Josh.
Sorry.
Okay, so we have our y-intercept, we have our x-intercept. Can we connect those 2 points?
Yes.
Yes, we connect those 2 points. We made our graph. This is the one time I'm okay with you guys having 2 points. Is when we use our intercepts. This is the one time I'm okay with you guys using those points. Only 2 points is when we have our intercepts. Okay? We're going to do one more example together. Okay? Sure.
Could it end with 2 versions?
Okay, yeah, that's fine. Okay, let's try number 4. Okay? So if we look at number 4, 6x minus 3y is equal to negative 9. Our first step is to find both intercepts. So if we find our x-intercept first, what are we going to plug in? If we find our x-intercept first, what are we plugging in? 0 for what? Y. If we find the x-intercept, we plug in 0 for the other variable. Y. So what is negative 3 times 0? 0. So just 6x is equal to negative 9. Divide by 6, divide by 6. X is equal to negative 3 over 2. If you guys need to go back and watch this video or my class tomorrow, when you guys are watching this, it'll be today for you guys. I'm talking to them because I'll have them tomorrow on this video. If you guys need to go back and pause or go back in the video at all, feel free to. If you need to go over the example again, feel free to. Okay? That's the whole purpose of the video, is you can go back and watch it at your pace. So we have negative 3 over 2. It reduces to that. 3 goes into both of those. So that means that negative 3 over 2, comma, what is our point? 0, because y is 0. So negative 3 over 2, that's like negative 1 point what? Negative 1.5. 3 halves, it's negative 1.5. Okay? So that'd be negative 1, negative 2 would be splitting the difference right there. Then we go and we have our y-intercept. So now where are we plugging in 0 in for? X. The other variable, in this case, is x. So 6 times 0 is 0. So negative 3y is equal to negative 9. Divided by negative 3. And y is equal to positive 3. So our y-intercept is 0, comma, positive 3. Plot that point. Connect them. And boom, we have our graph.
And boom, boom.
If you guys need to finish writing it down, feel free to. I'm going to pass out our homework right now.
Cool.
Oh, I don't remember.
I remember this last year.
So do I want you guys, hey, listen up. Do I want you guys finding slope?
No.
No, do I want you guys plotting using slope? No, not this time. I want you guys using both intercepts. Okay? Ryan, will you take your hat off while you're in the school?
Yes, Dylan. Dylan learned to have.
Guys, I am not here tomorrow.